Hey guys. Sorry, I'm still trying to set up what's going on with the video. It's saying that it's not the correct resolution for some reason. It seems to be fine. It seems like you guys are you guys able to all see this properly? Like, can you see the game and stuff? Alright. Well, I don't know what YouTube's talking about then. Yeah, YouTube's just mad for no reason. It seems to be working just fine. Hello! Welcome! Can you guys... Here's my question. Can you guys hear the game? Because I was working on trying to get that to work, and it just didn't want to. So... if you guys can hear it, that's great. If not, it probably won't work for this stream, but I'll try and make it work next time. Okay. You can kinda hear the game? Well, that's better than nothing, I guess. Okay. So I don't want that. Just make some new stuff, why not? Alright, because it's decently loud for me, but it may take a bit of adjusting. Alright. Well, if people can hear it, then that's good. We'll organize these later. Yeah, that's my computer fan, I'm sorry. It's not happy with me right now. Alright, now we're building a house for the villagers so I can set up trades more efficiently. So, yeah, I'm sorry if you hear the computer fan. It's probably going to be going in the background for a while. It's really annoying. I apologize. I can't jump. Thank you guys for your compliments. You're all very sweet. Why? I'm going to murder something in this game. It's going to be this tree for now. Yeah, as long as you guys can hear me just fine, the fan will just kind of be gently in the background. You can think of it as white noise. See, I love these big trees because they give you, like, just a lot of logs, but then they're a pain to actually, like, break down completely, because you never know if you're missing just, like, one final piece. Oh yeah, no sense of gravity whatsoever. There's mods that do that, but I'm not a super fan of playing with those, because, like, it defeats the purpose of what Minecraft is, in my opinion. are you done? Who's to know? Sand, gravel, anvils. Anvils are subject to gravity. Exactly. No, you get it. What's the fun of Minecraft if you can't build like just whatever you want and it'll be floating like a floating island, and that's what I need in my life. Oh yeah, I always forget that concrete powder is a thing. I'll be completely honest, like I watch like Minecraft updates, you know, like snapshots and stuff that people will post, but like I'm so bad at actually like paying attention to what's happening. Like I just forget as soon as I finish watching the video like what they talked about. And so when it actually like when I actually play the game again, I'm like, wait, when did this show up? Like, where did this come from? How long has it been in the game, and how oblivious am I? Like, villager trades have completely changed now, and I still don't completely understand what's going on with them. For anyone that's worried, don't worry, I'll replant the forest. The trees will grow back. I am not murdering forests. I don't even know how to make concrete. Like, that's how out of touch I am. Like, I'm pretty sure it was added, like, a couple versions ago, at the very least, and, like, it's probably something to do with sand, or something. Like, I have no idea. Oh, I hear something. Nope. Ow. I'll be honest, I don't really like any update. Like, I don't like the combat update, and so I haven't played Minecraft in a while since that updated, because I really don't like the combat update. I've heard that they're changing how it works in an upcoming update to the game, and I'm hoping that it'll be like toggleable. Because, like, I understand on PvP servers and stuff why the combat system that they have now makes sense, but, nope, I'll save you, bud. But in just regular survival worlds, I just want to spam. Like, I don't want to have to be strategic about it, especially when I'm being bombarded by, like, 5 zombies. Not a fan. That's mostly why I usually play, in peaceful mode, because like the mobs aren't really my forte. I'm not very good at fighting them. I'm terrible at PvP as well, so I should make some torches, probably just light up this entire area so it's no longer an issue. Yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick. Cool. Like, I've gotten better at it, but when the update first happened, I was just terrible at fighting. Your first stream, well, welcome. I hope this one doesn't get demonetized like my other one did, which is pretty fair, to be honest. I was, you know, a lot of copywritten stuff in that stream, so not honestly surprised that that happened, but oh well. Welcome to the newcomers. not much interesting happens in these streams. I just kind of talk, and for some reason you guys like hearing me talk. So I guess it works out. Okay, Cole. Thank you. I appreciate that people like my voice. What's your question, Coco? Yeah, I really wish the villagers would just go to sleep. But I don't know if they have enough beds. Hello, welcome to everyone who's joining. Oh man, like, I love mining, but that's the reason why I always play on peaceful, is because, like, I don't like the mobs in the caves. I just like, mining all the ores and just having a bunch of everything. It's not as obvious, because I spent a lot of time in this world already, getting a farm set up. But yeah, no, I usually am spending most of my time in the mines. And I suck at building, unfortunately. What's your favorite Sandersides episode? Oh gosh. Probably SVS. I can't say the full name, so that's what we're calling it. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, no. Ow. No, I have a bed. I wanted some blocks to build with. Oh god. Maybe that was a bad idea. Maybe I should have gone to bed. Oh, I'm gonna die. Alright. Cool. Alright. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, favorite, Sandersides episode, probably SVS. I just really adore Deceit. I get very mad that the sides and Thomas really just did not understand what he was trying to say at all. Hoping that the new episode is going to kind of address that. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to. So I'm hoping we can get some justice for the Snake Boy. Can Lying Be Good is also a good one. It's really fun to see, like, all of the little hints that the team was dropping while, as with Deceit Patent. Because, watching it back after you know what's happening, like after you know what's going on, it's so intense. Like, I was watching it with a friend who hadn't seen the series before, and she had no idea, and I was just like dying. It was all I could do to not just like give it away completely. I accidentally almost gave away the sides' names. I actually did. I said Logan, referring to obviously Logic, before she knew that they had names, so she didn't catch that one, but I nearly dropped Patton's name as well. But yeah, there was another question. Favorite Sanderside? The dark sides are all my favorite. It's really hard to pick one. I like how you said including non-canon sides. I'm assuming you're referring to my passion, from I Am Creativity. He is really fun. I do adore him. He's a cutie. But Deceit is probably still my favorite. And then Logan. Deceit and Logan are two of my favorites. And they jockey back and forth for favorite position. Sometimes I relate more with Logan, sometimes with Deceit. So it really depends on the day. But those two are pretty much my favorites. How can I play with you? I'm playing on a single player server today. If there's enough demand, I could probably see if I could get like a server going, or maybe we could play on like a mini game server or something. But my computer, I mean, I'm playing on a laptop, so I only have so much processing power. But yeah. So you can't play with me, but you can play alongside me. If you wanted to pull up Minecraft and just start your own survival world, we could play together in that sense. I need more actual, like, saplings. Drop some saplings. Oh, I'm sorry that your screen keeps freezing. That's really annoying. Alright. Let's get some more questions going, because I feel bad just kind of like playing. And I'm going to fall silent if you guys don't have stuff for me to talk about, so it can be anything. Dean, Logan, and Virgil. Yeah, Virgil's kind of a hit or miss for me. Like, I like him in canon, if that makes sense. Like, him being his snarky, sarcastic self. But I'm not a super fan of, like, the way he's portrayed and written in, like, fan works. So, you know, I'll say, like, oh, I don't like Virgil, but then I go back and watch some of the episodes, and I'm like, oh, I do really like Virgil. I just don't like what the fandom usually turns him into. And those are they almost become two different characters, to be perfectly honest. So, I don't hate any of the sides. I want to make that very clear. Like, I love all of them. But some I like more than others, I guess. Favorite food? Well, my favorite, like, just food item to eat, like, on its own, strawberries. Like, 100%. I love it. I can, like, down, like, a 2-pound container of them in a single night, like, in a single sitting if I want to. And I have, many times. Favorite meal? I mean, steak is good. Depends on the day, mostly for the meal, but yeah, strawberries, like, if there's a party going on and there's strawberries, like, I'm eating all of them. Like, I'm sorry, but they're mine. Favorite, I'm assuming that's favorite color. Purple. I really like all shades of purple as well. But like royal purple, light, like lavender-ish purple, like all kinds of purple. Favorite color. Do you have any theories on the Sandersides? Oh, of course. You'll have to be a little more specific, because I'm sure I have theories and I can come up with them, but I mean, there's nothing that like comes to mind right away. I mean, I have my theories on like names. Obviously, I have my theory on like who the next side is gonna be. Oh, I need another axe. Things like that. Do you want to see the dark side of Virgil? What do you mean? Like, in terms of like, do you want to see like your design of him? In which case, hell yeah, you should totally tag me in that. If you're saying like, do I want to see it in canon? We already have, is the thing. Like, we've already seen him in as a Darkseid in canon. That was his first few appearances, was him as a Darkseid. Do I want him and, you know, interpreting the question another way, do I want to see him, like, turn back into a Darkseid? Absolutely not. I do not. And I don't think that's what, I don't think that's what Deceit and Remus and whoever the Darkseid is, whoever the orange Darkseid is, I don't think they want to see that either. I guess that's a theory that I can go down a rabbit hole into. What's my Hogwarts house? Hufflepuff. With some Ravenclaw tendencies, but mostly Hufflepuff. Yeah, I'm definitely not Slytherin or Gryffindor, but a point could be made that maybe I'm part Ravenclaw. But yeah, anytime I've taken any test, it's always given me Hufflepuff, so that's what I've been sorted into. I know someone asked for my favorite quote. Oh God, I can't pull one off the top of my head. I can talk about my favorite books and stuff, but favorite quote is a little hard to pull off the top of the dome. I just finished a new book. It's called Thunderhead. It's the second book in a series called Arc of the Scythe, or Arc of a Scythe. I'm not quite sure. But it's by the same guy. It's by Neil Shusterman, I think his name is, and he wrote the Unwind series, and which is one of my favorite series of all time. I adore his writing. I love the dystopias that he comes up with. They're just fantastic. And so I cried. I finished the book today and I cried. And I'm so sad because the third book isn't gonna come out for another month, and so I just kind of have to suffer here and wait for that third book, the finale book, to come out, and I'm just, ugh, it hurts. What if the orange one was actually a secret light side? Well, that's actually pretty close to my headcanon for what the orange side is. But if you guys are following I Am Creativity, I'm sure that you'll catch that eventually. Because I explore it pretty in depth, I guess. I mean, I can always go deeper. But I'll be doing a talkback type of stream where we talk about I Am Creativity in more depth, specifically about the story itself. So I'll save my thoughts on that because I'll probably go over them in that stream because it's pretty tied in with how that story is and the whole plot line and stuff. How did Virgil react to my question from last stream? I don't know exactly which question yours was, but he hasn't actually I haven't actually answered any of the questions on the blog because I want to do some drawings for them instead of just doing text answers. So, hasn't responded yet, so don't worry about that, but he will eventually. But yeah, that'll come in time, I promise. But I appreciate everyone who sent in questions for the blog, both on their own and through the comment section or the stream. I really appreciate it. Aw, I love Valentine. I love Valentine too. He's just such a sweetheart. He's just the cutest little thing, and voicing him was really fun. Although, so I split I Am Creativity into two parts, right? The raw recording was an hour and a half, and I did it in one take, so my voice kind of hurt after that, after both Valentine and Remus. It hurt a lot, but it was worth it, because he's just such a sweetheart. Is your original side going to make a cameo in your Demigod AU? Absolutely he is. He's actually, because I couldn't decide between having Valentine or Obsession in the AU. Both of them are in the AU. They're separate people, but they're they're both the characters, but they're separate people, if that makes sense. Basically, Valentine is just younger than Obsession is. Obsession's name, by the way, he changed it to Otto, O-T-T-O. I don't know why, I liked that name for him, and it felt like it fit, and it felt like it was different enough from Valentine to really make it work. So yeah, absolutely, you will see both Valentine and Otto in my Demigod AU. They're both head counselors, so I'll be doing a lot of stuff for them. The next kind of series, mine was, do you know the other kids' stuff? Yeah, I'm planning on answering that one. It'll be cute, but I haven't answered it yet. What was I saying? I was saying something. Yeah, so I've kind of decided to split everything into chapters, so to say. So the first 5 one-shots that I read, in the one video on this channel. That's chapter 1, so, or even chapter 0, you might say, because it's just, you know, 2 of them getting to camp and kind of figuring out what's going on. So chapter 2, the next 5 one-shots are basically going to be Virgil and Deceit, or not Virgil and Deceit, Virgil and Logan, sorry. Virgil and Logan just kind of meeting everyone, getting used to camp, that kind of thing. And chapter 3/2, whatever, is gonna be Patton and Roman finally showing up, so they'll come eventually. So I read all of I Am Creativity, and I wish there was more. Me too, and I'm the one who wrote it. Like I said, I have a lot of, like, just miscellaneous headcanons for, like, how the sides were as kids, like, what kind of, like, what happened in between them, that kind of thing. And we'll see if I get inspiration to write some of that stuff. Just because I have other fics I want to write. You guys know that I posted stuff about my, like, roll swap AU that I want to do, and I am going to write that. It will happen. But it's you know, it's finished, and I really appreciate that people love it enough to want more. And maybe there will be more eventually. I would love to do more things with passion/obsession, but that story is complete. I don't know if I'll do other stuff, but there definitely were a lot of, you know, loose ends that theoretically could be expanded upon. So basically, I wish there was more too, but you know how it is. Where did it go? I hate phantoms. I hate them so much. They're such a pain in the butt to fight. You're gonna like it? Yeah. I'm very excited for the rest of the Demigod AU. It's gonna be really fun. I thought of a cool arc kind of plotline thing that I plan on doing to kind of endear Deceit to the rest of them. A little bit, you know, because he's still gonna be an ass, but less of an ass. I love the relationship between Roman and Valentine. Same. They're really cute. So one of the things that I really just headcanon in general for the sides is that the creativities, Deceit, and Passion/Valentine are much younger than Logic, Morality, and Fear. Because when you think about it, as a kid, you know, there's certain things that kind of develop first. You know, us as you know, infants are very good at like pattern recognition, and we, you know, immediately bond to, like, our parents or just, you know, our people, stuff like that. So it's always kind of my headcanon, no matter what I'm writing, that Deceit, Fear, or not Deceit, Deceit, Creativity, and Passion all formed around the same time. Even though they're all, you know, of the same age now, they were younger at the time. Alright, I need to change my settings for a bit, because I can't focus with the volume up this high. Okay, let's go back. Whoops, I'm late. I'll be going for a while, I'm sure. Is the Selfish Protector going to continue? That's the plan. I haven't really had much, like, actual motivation to write it, unfortunately. I know what I want to do, but it's kind of been a process, because obviously the first 7 parts of I Am Creativity, of the Selfish Protector, were written before we got Dealing with Intrusive Thoughts, and before we even knew Remus was a thing, right? So I had a completely separate plan. And then, Remus kind of threw a wrench into things. So I had to rework it, and I mostly have, but I don't know, I think the Selfish Protector will probably start back up again whenever we get the next episode, because that'll rekindle my love for Deceit and just kind of writing him. But for now, I'm working on other projects. But yes, Selfish Protector is not abandoned. It will come back at some point. I don't know, kids are liars. Not good liars, but liars nonetheless. Yeah, I'm not saying that that's the thing. But, like, infants can't lie. Like, it's lying is a conscious thing that you do. Like, you can't really, like, lie as an infant when you can't even talk. So creativity, passion, and deceit all kind of formed when those cognitive abilities kind of start, like, developing more. But fear is, like, you know, a response. Like, babies can feel fear, you know. Not, like, maybe true fear, but, like, you know, they can get startled by stuff. They can get scared, like, all that kind of stuff. So that's what I mean when I say they're younger. And, like, again, their ages have evened out now, but in, like, developmental years, they were younger, which is why Morality and Logic kind of acted as the parents. Partly because Morality is kind of parroting what he hears, like Thomas's actual parents telling him, and he just kind of parrots it in his own thing. Oh my god, I don't like you. But yeah. Sorry, I gotta focus on killing this thing because I really don't like you. You like Minecraft. Oh, is that obvious? No, I actually don't. I actually despise this game. I don't know why I'm playing it. Oh god, I hear another one. Do I? I might have. I hear a skeleton. How's your day going? My day's going pretty good, honestly. It's been a Monday, I will say, and the weather here is real crappy. It's like 80 and super humid and gross outside. But it's supposed to be like 50 in like 2 days. So I'm down for that. I love cold weather. So I'm so ready for fall, guys. You have no idea how ready I am for this. Do you like Turtle God? Yeah, they're really, I mean, they're very enthusiastic, and I really appreciate support like that, you know? It's just very nice to see. Go to sleep and they will burn up in the sun. Yeah, but, like, also farming. I mean, I could just turn it on peaceful, to be fair, if I really hated them that much. And I might, honestly, at some point. But not right now. Did you know the sky is green? I'm not sure about that. I think that might be false. But, you know, you can believe whatever you want. Gotta go. See you later. Are you planning to do anything along the same lines as Every Time We Touch? Well, that fic wasn't written by me. It was written by someone else. So, maybe? I mean, I liked reading that fic, don't get me wrong. I absolutely adored it, and I'd be willing to do other stuff by them or other stuff in that vein, but it's not necessarily content that is often made a lot of the time. So, like, I would be open to it. I have a hard time, like, finding more stuff like that. But if any of you guys have recommendations, like, I'd be down to check it out. See what there is in terms of, you know, touch starvation, whatever. Oh my goodness. There's 3? Why are there 3? You know what? Screw this. Screw this. Ow. Where's the 3rd one? Come on. done with that. No, thank you. You're painting while listening to this? Ooh, that sounds fun. I was contemplating a drawing stream because I've been really wanting to draw. Like I said, I really want to draw more stuff for my Demigod AU because that seems to get a little more attention. But, you know, motivation is a beast and it doesn't like me right now, so. The idea of writing my own fanfic and you reading it is in my mind, but I don't know. I mean, don't necessarily get your hopes up. Just because, you know, there's a lot of fan fiction out there and I only have so much time. But I'm definitely down to, you know, check it out. Just, for everyone's sake, don't get your heart set on it, you know? I know that's really hard, like, and that's easier for me to say than to do. But just think, like, I have my own works that I've been reading currently, you know, and so far I think I have still another, like, 10 or so videos planned because I have my works that I've been working on as well as a couple of other fics that I have planned. And I've already asked the authors if I can read them. I just need to get around to actually doing them. So, I mean, it's not an impossibility, but I just don't want anyone to, you know, super, like, expect it almost and then not get it and get disappointed. Because I don't want to disappoint anyone. Oh, my God. Why? No, we're not doing this. We are not doing this. My computer's... What? What is it? Weather? Weather clear. It's been a while since I've done commands. But we're not doing that. My computer's already lagging enough with these animals. I saw something else. What about something along the lines of D not lying? What do you mean by that? Like, in terms of me reading something like that or me writing something like that? Because I have written something like that. That's, like, the entirety of The Selfish Protector. Not necessarily him always not lying, but, like, D tells the truth a lot more than you might think in that series. Actually, I'd love to do, like, a little talk back on that, on what I have so far for that as well, because it'd be really fun. And, yeah, I love to get into D's head because it's really fun. But I mean, yeah, if you're talking about like reading things, goodbye. I see people saying bye. Goodbye. Talking about me reading things like that. I mean, absolutely. I'm all for that interpretation of deceit. Like one of my least favorite tropes in the fandom is like the whole backwards talk thing. Like I find it hard to read personally, and I really just don't like it. I mean, yeah, reading something, but like not lying at all. I mean, again, like deceit's only thing isn't just to lie. Like, he can tell the truth perfectly fine. His whole purpose is to deceive, right? But that doesn't always necessarily mean lying to someone. I mean, I guess it would depend on how it's done, you know? There hasn't been a single thing on your channel I haven't listened to at least twice. I love what you write. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Just get rid of these. I don't want them. Yeah, I really appreciate all your guys' support. Like, when I first started this, I did not expect this to go, like, anywhere. And I did not expect things to, like, expand the way it did. I expected to maybe have, like, 100 subscribers tops. And clearly I was wrong about how popular this was going to be. Alright, What happened? Okay. I actually wrote 1.5 seasons of something I haven't recorded for Minecraft and created 2 different maps, which took over a year to make, but my mom won't let me have a YouTube channel, which makes me really mad. Well, I mean, how old are you? You know? Because, I mean, if you're, you know, under 13 or whatever, like, YouTube isn't allowed to have you have a channel. But, I mean, I'll be honest, when I first created my YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure I went behind my mom's back. I don't approve of that, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, there is a certain truth to, you know, parents being a little hesitant about their kids being online, essentially unsupervised, and I completely understand it from their perspective, because there's a lot of stuff I did and said as a kid on the internet that I shouldn't have in hindsight, and I know that now. Just a lot of things happened, and I understand them wanting to be cautious. It is frustrating, but I mean, you know, I guess just hang in there, you know, because you're not going to be whatever age you are forever, and, you know, there comes a point where, you know, you have to make your own decisions, for better or for worse, and you'll be able to kind of make that decision for yourself, and it'll come a lot sooner than you think it will. I know, but to prove to Virgil Deceit is not the bad guy. Yeah, that's my plan with my role swap AU, to kind of have that point made, not just to Virgil, but to all of them, because they have issues with, you know, doing, they have issues, man. Like, I understand being hesitant, and I can't say I know what Virgil's history is with Deceit, so I, you know, obviously there could be something huge there, but I don't. Virgil, Patton, and Roman really just need to reassess their priorities a little bit, I think. Oh my god. Yes, I'm continuing Selfish Protector. Can't tell you when, but I am. And Tina, you're only 13. Yeah, I understand your frustration. Totally, I do. I get it. I was there. My mom was the same way. Like, it seemed like she never really let me do anything, and it was just really, really frustrating. But I promise you that you will be able to look back on some of the stuff that you wanted to do or have done as a kid and just be like, wow, I really shouldn't have done that. And so trust me, I understand it's extremely frustrating to not be able to create, and, you know, share what you're creating, but just, you know, truck on. Keep creating things, you know, share them with your friends, share them, you know, maybe anonymously on a board or something like that if you can, but just kind of enjoy this time to really just be able to create without needing anyone. I don't know how to explain it. Just, I guess you can use this time to really just hone your craft, you know? Just create for the sake of creating and figure out what you want to do, and, you know, you can say, alright, I plan on, you know, posting things when I turn 16, I don't know, random age. But yeah, I saw another question. I like your explanation of Virgil being angry at Deceit because D has Thomas lying to himself during such a stressful time. Well, see, that's the thing, is it's really hard to differentiate between what is Thomas and what is the side making Thomas do something. You know what I mean? Like, we have to remember that the sides aren't separate entities, you know? It's not like a personification, you know, it's not like a demonstration of, like, disassociate, DID. I don't know how to pronounce that. Words are hard. But, like, yeah, it's a really hard balance to hit sometimes, both in, just theorizing and in general writing. But yeah, I really think, like, Virgil's allowed to be anxious about that, but there's also a certain point where he's got to kind of accept that, like, it's Deceit's job to do that and to protect Thomas and, make sure that he's, like, safe and sound and reasonably, happy. He's self-preservation. So Virgil's being a little hypocritical right now, in Selfish Protector specifically is what I mean. And that's intentional. But, I'm sorry to hear that, Turtle God. That sucks. It always sucks to lose a pet or, just a loved animal. Oh wait, I can trade these potatoes. That's what I was doing. Have you heard of Coco? I'm wondering, did you spell that wrong, or are you asking me about a different band than, like, the Beatles, as in, like, the older band? Because if you're asking about, like, the older band, yes, I've heard of them. Who's your favorite side to write into general? Favorite side to write is Deceit, for sure. Remus is a close second, but he's tough to get right sometimes. But on days where I'm really just feeling the full Ace Arrow vibes, Logan in my Beauty and the Beast AU is definitely my favorite to write. Just because he's also Ace Arrow in that specifically AU, and it's definitely event fic for me. I plan on reading that one on the channel eventually, but I want to get a little further into it before I do, because right now I've kind of been stuck, sadly. But I don't want to be stuck. But yeah, Logan and Deceit are both favorites to write, for sure. Alright, where are the other farmers? Like, I know you're here, but, like, I need the one with potatoes. I feel like we've gone over these questions before. Least favorite side, Fanon is Virgil, for sure, but canon is probably Patton. Like, he's never been my favorite, like, ever. I'm not a big fan of, like, his version of humor. Like, puns and dad jokes, just kind of, like, never been my cup of tea. But in recent episodes, he's been very, judgmental. And I know it's intentional by the writers. Like, they're it's a point that they're trying to prove, but still allowed to be a little frustrated by it. Come on, give me things. Come here. Are you going to do a face reveal? Maybe eventually. I'm not super confident in my appearance. So, possibly. I can't really say. I mean, there's places you can see my face, if you really, really look. But it's not something I ever really, like, I don't know. Maybe is my answer to that question. Did it die? Where did the other farmer villager go? Like, I know there was a farmer villager over here. Did it just, like, never make its way back to the village? What in the world? I am 20 years old, soon to turn 21, actually. My birthday is November 30th, so I'm, like, exactly 2 months out from today. And I am asexual, aromantic, so no attraction whatsoever coming from here. Where did this godforsaken villager go? Is there... Bye, turtle. Hope you feel better. Where is... Alright, well, I guess it's dead. Cool. Whatever. I just saw it, too. I don't know where it went. How dare you? How dare you murder the farmer? I needed him. Could you imagine Logan using the vocabulary word for yeet? I would love that, to be honest. Him misusing slang is the funniest thing to me. Because it's basically me. Like, I never know slang, like, whatsoever. I'm so bad at it. Like, when bae was slang, like, years ago, when that was new, I was in high school, and I would hear people saying it, and I'm like, what on earth are they talking about? Like, I figured it was kind of, you know, similar to, like, baby, and, like, it was, like, some kind of endearment term, but I was like, I don't know what this is. What are you talking about? So I felt like... so I don't pick up on slang a lot of the time, and sometimes I'll use slang and think that I'm using it right, but I have no idea if I'm ever using it right. I think that's also why I relate to Logan so much, because, like, we're in the same boat, he and I. Oh, you have a cat? Man, I wish. I really do like cats, but I'm allergic, so I can't actually, like, have a cat, unfortunately. My eyes get all itchy, and I just, like, can't breathe properly after a while, and it sucks because they're just so fluffy and cuddly. Logan throwing a water bottle and very seriously. Yeah, I can just imagine, like, him saying yeet is like the most monotone yeet ever. Kind of like him singing All Star. Like, oh my god. Oh, he's such a nerd, and I love him. Do you want to hear my theories? Go ahead, theorize all you want. Do you think deceit is misunderstood? I mean, in the most basic sense of the word, yes. Because, you know, in SVS, clearly he was trying to get a point across, and they did not at all understand what he was saying. So, I think he's misunderstood both by the sides, you know, like in canon, the sides, but he's also misunderstood by the fandom to a point. Like, a lot of people will take deceit as, like, this, like, manipulative, like, puppet master pulling the strings, and, like, yes, he can give off that vibe, but this is also the guy who said, aw shoot, when Thomas refused to lie to Joan. Like, he's such a nerd, you know? Like, I understand that he reminds people of, you know, like, bad relationships and people that they aren't really a fan of, and I totally get that, but there is a certain point where you kind of need to, like, look past that in terms of the character, because it seems unfair to his character to just degrade him down to that when he's just so much more than just someone who, you know, wants to pull the strings or whatever. That was the greatest question to ask. I'm assuming you're referring to the yeet question, in which case, yes, it was. Deceit and Remus are wonderful and I love them. Same. I can't wait to get the third dark side so I can love him as well. Because we all know that he's going to need love. Do you think Deceit is a name? Yes, he does. We know that for sure. They said that in, like, a member live stream or even just a regular live stream. I'm not sure. But I know for a fact that they have confirmed that Deceit does have a human name. We don't know what it is, and God knows how that's going to be revealed. But he does have a name. We know that for sure. My headcanon for his name is that his name is Ernest. Because, one, I think it's ironic and hilarious that the personification of lies and deceit would be named something that means, like, truthful. I just think that's the funniest thing. But, you know, name headcanons aside, like, yes, he does have a name. It's just, we don't know what it is yet. Damien. I've seen that one a lot. My problem with a lot of, like, the headcanon names that a lot of people have is, like, I already have associations in my brain for, like, most of them. Like, Damien to me is that guy from Dream Daddy. Like, and I can't think of anything else when I hear him. Like, that's all I can think of when I hear the name Damien. So I can't with that. And yeah, I know a lot of people are like, oh, he probably has a name that starts with a D. And like, that's a fair assumption, to be fair. But like, Logan is the only one that has that. And it fits his character that he would like, you know, choose that. But, you know, I can guarantee you that we're all wrong, like, about his name. Like, there's no way that any of us are correct about it, because we weren't correct about any of the other names. Like, I remember when the fandom took to calling Anxiety Angel. Like, that was a thing. So, can guarantee you that his real name isn't anything that we have really guessed. Would be cool if some people in the fandom guessed it, though. But yeah, for now, I just use, like, if I have him in human AUs, I always find a way to call him either Deceit or D. Like, in the Demigod AU, I think I'm probably gonna go with my headcanon name, unless we learn what his name is, before I plan on doing a name reveal. But basically, and I might even go with my headcanon name anyways. We'll see. Because in my Demigod AU, they started calling him Deceit because his name is Ernest. And, you know, they were like, well, that's like the opposite of that. So we're going to, you know, start calling you like this nickname. And it just kind of stuck. In my Beauty and the Beast AU, he himself refuses to go by his given name, whatever that is. Because, you know, of the whole curse thing, and he's like, you know what, I'm not human anymore, whatever. Who do you ship? I'll get to that in a second. What if Thomas tries to ask what Deceit's name is, and Deceit is like, hi, you'll have to try harder than that, and Remus just pops in and says his name and ruins the moment? See, one, I don't think that would be possible, because, well, it might. Because I would think Deceit could stop Remus from saying something by, you know, doing his little fist thing. But if Thomas wants to know, then maybe, I don't know exactly how Deceit's powers work. Like, he may not be able to actually, like, keep Thomas from knowing it in that way, if Thomas does want to know. My personal idea on how he'll say his name is, like, you know, they're talking, whatever, maybe they come to, like, maybe it's in the next episode, who knows. There's a member live stream tomorrow, so hopefully my friends who are members will tell me, like, what Thomas says. But I think it would be really funny if, like, you know, they were just chatting, like, whatever, finally come to a conclusion, and Thomas ends up asking, like, you know, hey, what is your name? And Deceit tells him, and Thomas is like, wait, seriously? Like, why didn't you tell me before if it was this easy? If you were so willing to tell me your name, why are you telling me now? And Deceit's just like, well, you never asked before. So Deceit was only willing to give that information if he was asked, and he never was. Not directly. So, I saw some other questions pop in. Imagine Virgil comes into a Sanders video with a bright pink hoodie and yelling at the top of his lungs, Roman, I swear to God. I don't imagine him coming in, but Roman transforming him into a bright pink hoodie, or even anything that's outside his normal style. I love that. Hilarious. Do you think each side has a dark side, and if Virgil's now light, do you think the light side turned dark? No, I'm not a super fan of that theory that, like, they all have distinct opposites. I think they all oppose each other in certain ways. And so I don't think it's a direct one-to-one comparison. My personal headcanon is that the orange side did turn dark, but that happened a long time ago, and Virgil just turned light. Like, we saw him as a dark side, you know? I'm not a super fan of the paranoia theory, as in him being paranoia, like, in the past and turned into anxiety, because that just doesn't make sense to me, that he was paranoia and then turned into, like, a lesser form of that in the form of anxiety. Like, that theory doesn't make sense to me. Like, we saw Virgil as a dark side in the beginning of the series. Like, he was, you know, it's kind of retconning and applying things that we know now to a series that at the time we didn't really, you know, they didn't have any plans for it. But I do think that, you know, I think that that's kind of where they're going, is like, we saw Virgil's transformation from a dark side to a light side. Bye, Untypical. See you later. So yeah, so I don't think that it's a direct one-to-one comparison, but I definitely think that each side kind of opposes another in a certain way. And I'd be willing to bet that the orange side tends to oppose Logan the most. But who knows, honestly. Go do your homework, children. This stream will, like, you'll be able to watch this later. Just go do your homework. I did my homework before I started streaming, so y'all have no excuse. Okay. I think I'm gonna start building, maybe. Yeah, I feel like I should just make a video on, like, these opinions and stuff, because I feel like I've shared them in, like, every episode, or every stream I've done. And, like, I appreciate the questions, but also, like, let's get some new stuff in here. Let's get some new questions that, like, nobody's ever asked yet. I can't say the word asked. Like, I've never been able to do it. I don't know if you guys can hear it when I record, but, like, anytime someone tries to, like, I try to say that word, I just can't. Like it's so bad. Oh, that's a horse. Okay. If you don't have homework, you're allowed to stay. But if you do, you should go do homework first. I have to pick a topic for National History Day. I mean, do you have a specific, like, time period that you need to, like, you know, is it, or is it even, like, is it American history, or can it be any history, like, whatsoever? Because, I mean, there's plenty of interesting stuff that happens in history. You can't stop me from leaving? No. I think I could probably kick you from the chat, but I'm not going to do that. That'd be mean. No, I want this instead. Yeah, I figured that's probably what you meant. No, I can't, but I can gently scold you. Actually, let's get some dirt just to mark this out. Any history, anytime, any theme. Theme is breaking berries, and I have no clue what I'm doing. Well, I mean, you could definitely do something, you know, maybe where, like borders were, broken or something like that. Or maybe something about, like, a royal family, like, marrying out of their line. I have no idea, but I'm sure you can find something. There's so many interesting things in history. Like, you can totally find something. I believe in you. When did you start playing Minecraft? Oh god, it was years ago. I bought the game, I think I bought the game, like, when it was, it was just coming out of beta 1.7.3. Like, the day I bought it and started playing it with my friend, it was 1.7.3, and then, like, the day after, it got updated to 1.8.1. So whenever that was, that's when I started playing. So it's been a long time. I'm old in terms of this game. I've been playing for years. You have to go. Alright, I'll see you later. I saw someone say something, Mama Bear coming out of the cave and telling her children to do homework. That's exactly what it is. More like Mama Badger, because I'm such a Hufflepuff when it comes to that. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, I think, actually, let me just look it up right now. Maybe, if my computer decides to load. I know that I'm pretty sure I was still in middle school at the time. But I don't know exactly who's texting me. Oh my goodness. I have so many notifications. What am I doing? Computer, please. Please. Just breathe. Alright, sorry guys, my computer is just really, really not working right now. I think it's overheating. I'm trying to get my thingy to work. Minecraft has been around for about 10 years. Yeah, I think... Well, it came out... Like, alpha... Or... InDev and InfDev came out in, like, 2008, I think? Right? Or 2009? Like, I think InDev came out in 2008, but alpha came out in 2009. So, I started playing... Probably 2011? I think. It was really big at the time. Yeah, but yeah, whenever beta 1.8.1 was released, that's when I started playing. Because I can very, very clearly remember, like, can you say the scientific name for tomato? I probably can't, actually. So I'm probably not going to try. To be honest, I can't even, like, remember what episode that's from. Like, I know it's from an episode, but, like, for some reason, I think I just blacked that part out of my mind. Or it's not an episode and it's just, like, in a blooper or something. But, like, I don't know. Sorry to disappoint. Okay. Whoops. Tomato. Do you know what Wingdings is? Are you talking about the font? Because I know of it. Couldn't read it for the life of me. Whoops. You got your homework? Do it. Good. Nope, that's not what I want. Do you know who Uptown Sinclair is? Unless you spelled that wrong, I don't think so. I think it's... Solanum lycopersicum, I think. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I'm building a place to keep all the villagers so that they don't run off and die and I can trade with them whenever I want. But I'm really bad at building like things that are pretty, so please forgive me. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm just repeating what I know Logan says in one of the episodes or one of the bloopers or something. Like, Good question. Welcome back. Yeah. I know what he says in context, but, like, I cannot for the life of me remember what episode that's from. Is it from, the Am I Original? Because I do tend to skip that one, so it's possible that that's what it's from, and I just like never rewatch it. It's not from I Am Original. Alright, well, I'm not sure what it's from then, honestly. Other episodes I don't watch the cartoon episode ever. I don't watch... Why are people just asking me to say things? Like, where did this come from? I'm so confused. Because it's funny? Well, it's just confusing to me. What does that even mean? That doesn't mean anything, though. I don't like saying things if I don't know what they mean. Well, you said that one of your topic choices was Stonewall, right? That's honestly a pretty interesting topic from what I know about it. Could be really fun to research. Do you have your own sites? Not really. No, none that I've actually developed. I mean, like, I definitely have thought about it, you know? Like, I've thought about how, like, my creativity would just be one person. Like, it wouldn't be split like Thomas's. And, like, things like that. But I don't, like, have names for them or anything. Like, it's just kind of a, oh, yeah, my creativity would be this kind of thing. No, I don't want to say it, just because it sounds kind of dumb, and I don't like sounding dumb, so no offense, but I'm not going to. Do you think Thomas has traits like Sleep and Picani? Well, those characters, specifically, no. in like sympathy is something that it sounds like a Patton thing, really. Like that sounds like a trait that Patton would mostly embody, with maybe a little bit as like Roman, possibly, or even Deceit as the self-preservation part of him. But like, you know, Sleep and Picani being like actual sides, no, they're not. And I wouldn't want them to be, you know? Like, I enjoy those characters for what they are, but I also like keeping the different things that Thomas does separate. Teacher says you have to do the project on something you love. I mean, then think about stuff that you like. Like, picking a topic, you know, just think about like things that you like, you know, and then you can kind of like pick something in terms of history from there. Because, I mean, you're right. Like, your teacher's right. Picking something that you aren't a super fan of isn't going to be a project that you're going to enjoy. Like, it's just not going to be. Oh man, that worked out perfectly. Sorry guys, I'm counting. Give me 1 second. Okay. Alright. Ow. How did you miss that your friend watches Thomas? And you've known them for that long. That seems really, really, like, how did that happen? If I were to ask for writing advice, what would it be? God, I've been writing so long, it's really hard to even just, like, come up with advice. It's not something that's going to come to you every single time. And it's not something that you're going to be able to just do every time. But there really is no better way to get better than to practice. You know, like, if you have an idea that you would really want to read, but you're like, oh, I can't write that. Like, why? Like, really step back and think about, like, why can't you write it? You know? Because you're going to enjoy writing the most when you are writing an idea that you like and you came up with, you know, or not even that you came up with necessarily. You know, write things that have been done a million times. Write your coffee shop I use. Write just whatever makes you happy, and you will enjoy writing a hell of a lot more than writing what you think people want to see or what you think will make you popular or whatever. Because if you write what you like and what makes you happy, then people will come to you. You know, people of the same mindset will find you. You'll find your people. And that's really the best thing I can say. Like, in terms of just being able to write, you gotta just do it, you know? And if you don't have the energy to write, like, at that specific moment, which I totally get, like, I very often don't have a lot of energy to write, just grab a notepad, grab a notebook, grab Google Docs, grab whatever you need to grab, and just jot down the idea in as much detail as possible. And you may or may not get to it later. Maybe jotting it down is all you need to get that idea out of your head. But even that process of just brainstorming an idea and writing it down is extremely helpful, because you get a lot out of it by just getting that out on paper or on computer, as the case may be. So that would be my advice. What's your name in Minecraft? Dragon Saphira. I'm very original. And this is my skin. Hold on. I didn't make it, but I did edit it a little bit. Based on just a thing that I found online. Let's put this back on before I die, because I know that I would if I kept that off. What's your biggest inspiration? Oh God. That's a really hard question to answer. Just because I get inspired by so many things, you know? It's not specifically one person necessarily. Like, more often than not, it's really not one person, you know? It's many little things. What was I doing? I need stone is what I need. I just don't have any. We're gonna go strip mining for a bit. I want to write fanfic, but I'm scared my parents won't like it. I mean, there's nothing saying that you need to disclose to them exactly what you're writing. I mean, definitely if you're, underage, you definitely shouldn't be writing smut, and you certainly shouldn't be writing it where your parents might see it. But if you're just writing, to write, your parents may not like it. I don't know your parents. I can't tell you that. But what I can say is my mom has always been kind of confused by my hobbies, and confusion is fine. Like, that's something I'm willing to put up with. But she's never really, she's never said, oh, you can't do this. And so again, I don't know your parents, I don't know your mom, I can't say for certain that they won't like it, or they will like it, and they'll be okay with it. But if it's something that you want to do, then just go for it. Who cares what someone else is going to think? I'm glad you guys find me calming. Oh, I should make another sword, actually, too. You're welcome. I hope things go well. Do I sing? Sometimes. I mean, just to myself, you know. Like, I don't sing in a choir or anything like that, but I think my voice is decent. On good days, anyways. I certainly have bad days where I just, like, hate the sound of my voice, nothing comes out right, and things like that, but... Thank you. I'm loving all the appreciation that's going on in the chat. So you're all really sweet. Did I do that right? No, I didn't. Of course I didn't. Yeah, we're gonna go down this way then. Was that a new cave noise? What on earth was that? Oh, that was intense. Ow. Alright, let's cover this because I will hurt myself if I don't. What other fandoms am I in? Let's see. I'm in the Miraculous fandom. I'm in the Hetalia fandom, though that's kind of on and off. I'm more like into like the fandom part of it rather than like the actual show, if that makes sense. Like, I haven't watched the actual show in forever. Percy Jackson is kind of like a, yeah, it's one of those fandoms that like I'm not necessarily actively taking in content from it anymore, but I still like adore it. You know, as just, it was a huge part of my childhood, like huge part. So it's still something that I hold very dear to me. Ow. I still haven't explored this cave system all the way. Like, I've been down here a lot, and I just have not explored, like, any of it. Percy Jackson really has become, like, just a symbol of Greek mythology, which is kind of sad because there are some things that it, like, just doesn't represent very well, and, like, are better even in the in the original Greek. Let's see, what else? Mayanite is a pretty big one. Even though that's, I mean, it's a small fandom in general, but big for me. We're just going down. Probably get lost, I don't care. I'm trying to think what else. Sandersides is really the big one. Like, I know I have other fandoms, but they're not as, like, super intense right now. Some torches there so I don't lose it. I am lagging. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, like, I've tried to get into other stuff recently, but, like, anytime I do, it just, like, doesn't stick for very long. And it's kind of, like, upsetting to a point because, you know, Sandersides is inconsistent, to say the least, you know? And, like, Thomas does other stuff, and I do enjoy some of the other stuff he does, but, like, it's... Sandersides is really what I follow him for. You know, I do enjoy his Thomas and Friends series, though, because his friends are just dorks, and they're all dorks, and they're really cute together. Like, I was just rewatching the horror games playthrough, and that's really fun. I miss Talon. It's sad that they had to stop working with Thomas because of their health, but obviously, I want them to do what's best for them, so. Stupid cliche question. Oh, I answered that before. Purple. Purple is my favorite color. Oh, no, ow. I'm going to hurt. Ow! Go away. I'm gonna run out of food at this rate. Don't start a sing-along in my chat, please. It's not too late. You can always stop. And you will. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Water, get out of here. Ow, 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 ow. Thank you. Very much appreciate it. Alright. How about we do... I don't know, let's do something... Let's do some, like, meta talk. Like, about some of the fics that I posted. Except I am creativity, because we're doing that later. But, like, if you want to talk meta stuff about Selfish Protector, or about, frickin' the demigod stuff, you're free to do that. Because there's a lot of stuff, especially in Selfish Protector, that, like, I just have not really explained much, obviously, because it's deceit. Like, he's not gonna be, oh my god, he's not gonna be honest and open about anything. But there's a lot of stuff in there that he's a lot more truthful than you think he is. You miss Selfish Protector? Yeah, I miss it too, honestly. I want to get the motivation back. I don't know where it went. If you can find it, bring it back. I'll gladly write more. I mean, yeah, like, you guys are running the show here. Like, feel free to ask questions. And I'm sure I'll go on a tangent, about it, but, okay. What level am I on? I'm on 18. I need to go a little lower. Okay, I hear a lot of zombies. Is there a dungeon here, or is it just... Did I see a spawner? Or was that just... Okay, I don't think I did. I see you. I don't know what you are, but I see you. Where? Ow. Where? Ow. You're over there. Nope, that's a creeper. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Die. Die. No, please don't me die. Alright, you know what? We're done with this. We're done with this. Screw that. Hey, this is why I play on peaceful. Always. Where did Deceit go? What do you mean? Like, where did the series go? Because in that case, it went wherever my motivation went. And good luck finding that. I don't know why I say ow when it doesn't hurt. It's just a habit. Okay, what's with Patton and the Selfish Protector? So Patton's trying to do his best. Like, that's really all I can say, is he's trying to do his best, and he's trying to do what he thinks is right. And what he thinks is right is keeping Thomas away from things that might hurt him. And in his mind, Deceit is there to hurt him. Because in the instance of, the wedding versus the callback, the idea of lying hurt Thomas. The idea of lying to his friends was very, very, distressing for him. So you know, he's kind of made a connection in his mind to, all right, deceit is, you know, harmful. Deceit is bad. We don't want that. And so, you know, and Virgil is pretty much the same way. You know, he's made that connection as well, and he, they're both trying their best, and I know it's frustrating. It's frustrating for me too. This is kind of, the Selfish Protector is my way of getting my frustration out on the entire series and how they act in there, because it's clear to me as a writer that Deceit is not trying to be harmful. You know, he's just trying to do his best, but he maybe isn't the greatest at expressing that, you know, and whether that's because of just who he is or if that's more of a choice, I don't know. Something happened, and I don't know what happened in the chat, but I feel like I missed something. Do you read other stories to get motivated? I try, but the problem with that is I don't want to accidentally plagiarize someone. So I don't like reading other people's work specifically for motivation, just because that kind of toes the line. And it's kind of why I avoid consuming content that's too similar to you know, what I'm currently working on, just because I don't want to accidentally steal anyone's idea, because that sucks for all parties involved, and we just don't want to do that. But I will say that I'm definitely hoping, and anyone who's a member is going to have to let me know, because I'm not, and I might join, because I'm kind of surprised that has not burned yet. Because I want to know when the next episode is. Like, I would never bug Thomas about it, but, like, I'm dying here. Your imagination for the Deceit series got mixed up with Logan's vocab cards? Possibly, honestly. No, you know what happened? It got eclipsed by my love for Remus. That's really what happened. Because I was writing Selfish Protector, and then Remus became a thing, and I got stuck in writing I Am Creativity, which took a couple months. And not that I regret it at all, because I'm very, very proud of how that series turned out. But that's definitely where it went. It all went to Remus. But I'm positive that as soon as I see Deceit again in, like, new content, I will be right back on that Deceit lovin' train. Not that I ever really left, but oh my god, I hate that cave noise so much. But yeah, like, what is your favorite Sanderside ship? Probably either, well, D-Lamp for sure is one of my favorite. That's my favorite poly ship for sure. Just all of them. They all deserve happiness together. Duke Seat is a good one. I really enjoy them together. I enjoy all three of the dark sides together when you include my OC. That's cute as well. I like Low Seat and Rose Seat. I like them both pretty equally. I haven't written anything for Rose Seat, surprisingly, but I've written I am writing a Beauty and the Beast AU for Low Seat, and it'll be good, because it's two of my favorite characters, and it's definitely event fic. So I get in a mood for it. That one's not a motivation thing, that's more like a mood thing to write. Which I guess you could consider motivation as well. See, I only really ship Remy with Emile, honestly. Although, Remy and Deceit is kind of cute. I imagine them being just sassy boys together. I mean, if I had to pick a side to ship Remy with, it would definitely be Deceit. It's just not my go-to Deceit ship, if that makes sense. Other than D-Lamp, I don't really ship Patton and Virgil with anyone. I think it's mostly just because I enjoy doing stuff with other characters more, so I don't really focus on anything that has to do with them. Remy is the fandom's name for the sleep character that Thomas uses in his shorts. So it's not an official side or anything, but we tend to use him and Emil from the Cartoon Therapy series in, you know, fics and ships and stuff, just because they're both pretty fleshed characters in a sense, either when you consider like fandom interpretation or actual like thing. Yeah, we're not starting a ship war, we're just having a gentle discussion, but if it does turn into a ship war, I will shut it down. Alrighty. Let's do what I came down here to do and actually get to a level where I can mine for diamonds. No, no ship wars. Not happening. Oh, right, I needed water. I don't think his name is pronounced Emily. I think it's Emil. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they say his name like that in the series. Oh, trust me, you guys. This ship, like, ship wars in the Sandersides fandom are nothing compared to the Hetalia ship wars. Like, I'm desensitized to that at this point. Pikani's from the Cartoon Therapy series. And he's basically a Logan and Patton fusion, if you asked me. I heard that they had another Cartoon Therapy that was supposed to be out about Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, but maybe that's still in the editing process? I have no idea. I didn't even see that movie, and I'm excited to see that episode. Ah. Didn't realize it was that close. I already answered my favorite side. It's a tie between Logan and Deceit. Depends on the day. Is it? Well, okay. I hope then the next Sanderside episode comes quickly. That is the creepiest cave noise. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. See, but they said that like 2 months ago, though. Like, it's been a while. So, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. You know, if they need to take their time to make it good, like, I'll wait. But... ancient history is fun. Alright. I haven't even gone down this way, man. Torches, iron. Do you have any ideas? My headcanon for Deceit's name is Ernest, because I think it's ironic, and also it's a reference to an Oscar Wilde play. And Oscar Wilde was hella gay, so I think it'd be a funny reference. The cave sound is like, it's like someone striking like a metal drum a couple times, and it's real freaky. It's real freaky. Go to the surface? Why? Yeah, well, this is literally how I spend all my time in Minecraft. I only go up to the surface when my inventory's full, and we're not there yet, so... Yeah, it's like, it's just not a normal cave sound. Like, obviously, I'm pretty sure they added some in 1.14. They added, like, a lot of sounds. So, it's just... real creepy. How often do I do chats? If you mean streams, I don't really have a set schedule for them. Just kind of whenever I feel like it, to be perfectly honest. I'd like to do a schedule, but it's 8:48 for me. So I'll probably end the stream in a couple minutes once it hits 9-ish. I want to try and get some planning done for my Big Bang fic for Hetalia fandom, because there's a lot of stuff that I still need to do for that. Alright, what level am I on? Here. 11. Alright, we're gonna strip mine this way. Yeah, sorry, but you know, it's been almost 2 hours. So, that's a decently long stream in my eyes. Yeah, normally I like schedule a stream so that like it shows up in people's notifications, like sub whatevers. But today I just kind of decided on a whim when I was gonna do a stream, and I didn't really, like, I had a thing set for like 3 minutes. So apologize for that. It wasn't much warning. But yeah. Normally I tend to give at least like a half an hour warning, if not more. But today wasn't one of those days, I guess. You guys gotta give me something to talk about. I can't just talk about nothing. Where do you live? I live in Midwest USA. So, time zone CST for me. I'm literally at, like, Y11. Why is there literally nothing? I have the worst luck when it comes to finding diamonds. Like, it doesn't matter what world I'm in. Like, I suck at finding diamonds. Like, I don't know why. I can't. strip mining never works, and just ugh, it's boring. Do I have a pet? No, I would love to, but both my parents are allergic, so I've never had pets growing up, and right now I live in a dorm, so that wouldn't really work, unfortunately. Do I have a sibling? I have 3 siblings. I'm not going to share their names, though, because I can't get their permission right now. But I have 3 younger brothers. So I'm the oldest. But yeah, I wish I had pets. My goal is to be like a rescue dog, like foster parent, when I get older. So, like, you know, fostering the animals after they're rescued and kind of helping give them a home before they go off to their forever home. Uh-oh. Okay. Minecraft just froze on me there for a second. Cool. What is going on here? Have you ever imagined killing your brother? Oh, absolutely. I don't think, like, that's the one thing that I will say about Remus, is that Thomas nailed the sibling dynamic perfectly. My Minecraft's frozen. Cool. What's it like being the oldest? You got a lot of pressure on you. A lot of pressure. But, I mean, I got my brothers to do pretty weird things when I was younger. Oh, I just burst out into the... How deep is this? Jesus. Hold on. No, go away. Yeah, it's lagging super hard. I'm sorry about that, guys. I think my computer's had it with me and doing this. Oh boy. Magma block. Okay. We're gonna keep that there. Yeah, I think it's my computer. It's probably starting to heat up a little bit. Well, I hope you don't start panicking, but yeah, definitely just listen to calm music. Honestly, like, just try to make sure you're in, like, a safe place. And I know it sucks, but honestly, like, I find, you know, just a good cry and things feel a lot better afterwards. You know, maybe that's not the best advice, but whenever I have a panic attack, that's kind of what helps me, is just kind of knowing that I'm in a safe enough place. If you have people around, you know, like parents or siblings or even a pet, like, go give them a hug. Welcome back for the last bit of the stream. Probably gonna keep going until this pickaxe breaks. And then... I watch Captain Sparkles, and I will often go back and rewatch his old series, Mionite. I mean, it's not his. It was a series he was a part of. Not super into any series like that nowadays. I know a lot of people are into Hermitcraft, that were into Mionite, so maybe I would like it, but I don't know. I know Sparkles does some SMP Live stuff, but I haven't really checked that out. It seems kind of like a territory that I'm not super into. So, not right now, but, you know, maybe I'll get into it eventually. Who knows? Is that diamonds? I think I see diamonds. Yeah, anxiety attacks suck. I'm really sorry that, you know, you guys have to go through that. Like, they're just terrible. I haven't had any panic attacks recently, but I definitely, well, no, that's a lie. I did have one a while ago. When I was in bed, I just, like, freaked out for some random reason. Can't even really explain to you why it happened. My mind was just kind of freaking out. And I don't know. It was just, I kind of had, like, a crisis, you know, where I was just like, oh my god, like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what am I, like, do I even want to be doing what I'm doing as, like, for a job? Do I want to be in this degree that I'm in, that I'm pursuing? Like, what am I doing? And so, yeah, so that's kind of what it was triggered by, and it wasn't fun, but it also didn't last super long, and like I said, I fell asleep, like, right after. Well, I didn't fall asleep right afterwards. I was up for a while, but it was at night, and so I kind of tired myself out enough to just pass out. Oh, there's more lava. We can maybe check out what's going on over here. More lava. There's supposed to be diamonds near lava, like around every lava pool, but that's an old fact. I'm not sure if that's, like, actually accurate anymore. But I've learned to mine, like, every ore that's around lava, because you never know. Like, I was once mining, like, coal ore, and there was diamonds right around it. So I've learned to just always mine any ores that are around lava, because they might be hiding something nice. God damn it. Having problems sleeping isn't fun. But, you know, it happens. You just kind of gotta find whatever works for you to kind of fall asleep. My major, I am a supply chain management major. I'm a business person. I'm in my junior year right now, so kind of really starting to get into the thick of things in terms of, like, you know, stuff I'm actually learning and stuff like that in my class, in my classes, and it was just kind of a lot for that day for some reason. I don't know why, but, you know, I'm alright now. I mean, anxiety/panic attacks kind of feel different for a lot of different people. Personally, for me, I just kind of freeze up, you know? Like, I will start shaking and possibly crying. My, like, what's the word? Like, my response to, like, frustration is to just start crying, which I hate. I hate that my body does that, but that's how it is. And so I'll just kind of start sobbing, and you just can't stop. Like, you know when you, like, laugh too hard and you just, like, can't stop laughing even though you have to breathe and it's just, like, painful? It's kind of that, but with crying instead. And you just can't stop even though you, like, you know that you want to stop. Like, you know, and even if, like, the attack itself is just completely, like, doesn't make any sense to you, you're like, why am I crying? I don't understand what's happening. Like, it doesn't matter. Your body, like, just, it doesn't matter to it. It'll freak out anyways. I'd rather not share what college I go to if you don't mind. Kind of keeping my privacy a little bit. In your opinion, what is the best cure for writer's block? Things that I found is trying to force it is never going to help. But if you know, say you had an idea while you were watching a movie, you know, like you had some AU idea or whatever, and, you know, you wanted to write this fic, but for whatever reason you lost motivation or you lost interest, whatever. I do find that sometimes going back to that source material is helpful, you know, or whatever gave you that idea in the first place, can be really helpful in just kind of sparking that initial idea again. And it doesn't always work, unfortunately, but it does work to a point. But just really, the best cure for writer's block is knowing that it will pass. You know, you aren't a worse writer, you know, you aren't a worse artist because of it. And you just need to give yourself a break, because it happens. And if your brain is telling you, like, this is not, like, we can't write this for whatever reason, then it's probably something to do with just you aren't happy with how the story is going. You know, like, I've seen a lot of people talk about, like, artist block, and, like, if you start, you know, hating everything that you create, then you probably need to, like, do some studies, like, do some anatomy studies and figure out, like, what it is about your art that you don't like, so you can actually, like, pinpoint it and improve it. And I think that advice can be applied to writers as well. You know, if it's something specifically about your writing that you aren't liking, like, if you don't like it, you know, if you keep writing things and you hate everything you write, then that might be something that you need to look into, is just figuring out what you don't like specifically about your writing. But if it's more of, like, you know, I want to write, I know it'll be good, but I can't, then it very well could just be, you know, something like burnout. And just be kind to yourself, and giving yourself a little bit of time and being able to come back to the project with fresh eyes is going to be worth more than trying to force yourself to work on the project, because it's not going to turn out very well. See, a lot of people are leaving. Bye. I'm probably going to end the stream soon because my voice is starting to hurt a little bit. Just going to search down this way real quick in case there are diamonds. Oh, I think this is open to the sea. Hi, you came back. Oh, you came back at the wrong time. I'm probably just about to close the stream out. Can you plug in your computer? Alright. See, people say there's no such thing as writer's block, and I understand where they're coming from, but there's undeniably a feeling that you get when you just can't write for whatever reason. And I think people mean that in the best way possible, you know, like, but it doesn't help hearing that when you know that there's some reason that you can't write, and whether it's technical or whatever, there is some reason that you can't write. So I understand where those people are coming from, but it's also very frustrating to hear that, so I tend to not take that angle. What level are you on? Right now I'm on 17. I'm just exploring at this point. Like, if I find diamonds, cool. If not, whatever. Well, you should get your homework done then. Don't... I mean, your homework should be, like, important enough to where you won't really, like... Why would you get in trouble? Like, is it just too late? Because, I mean, if you're trying to, you know, if you're staying up to get homework done, then that seems a little bit better to me than, like, just staying up because you want to stay up, you know what I mean? But, again, I don't know your parents. I don't know... Well, then you either have to finish your homework before it dies on you completely, or you'll just have to face it, or you do it in the morning. And That's really up to you. I don't know your situation, so I can only help so much. Ow. I'm stuck. Alright, well then I'm gonna stop being a distraction for you, and I am going to end the stream. So I thank you all for coming. This was really fun. Hope to talk to you guys both on my Tumblr or whatever. But I will see you all later.